All right, thank you, Rebecca. Let's keep it going for Rebecca. You know, Haswell Greens is a music venue, and you might know Rebecca is actually a drummer. And I don't know, Sandra, about you, but you're throwing out some, lead singer vibes. So we might do the All Tickets Human Band later today if anybody is interested. But as Rebecca mentioned, my name is David Ryan Polgar. I'm the founder of All Tickets Human. But even though I have a microphone, obviously this moment, why we're all here, it's not about me. And frankly, everybody here, it's not about you in particular, right? It's about us. It's about the collective we. What are we going to do to create the tech future that we want, the tech future that we deserve, and the tech future that we actually need? If you don't mind, I'll start off with some bad news, right? You want to get the bad, we've had a lot of bad news in life, right? But you want to get the bad news and some odd news, but you want to get the bad news out. So the bad news is it sometimes feels, and I know I'm not alone in this, that our tech future is happening to us, not by us, right? Sometimes we can feel stuck, we can feel frustrated, and we can feel potentially powerless. I know that's the way a lot of people in our community, they reach out and that's what they say, right? Where's our power? Why are we on the sidelines and not the center? How do we influence and not just be influenced? What All Tech is Human is here to do, and the reason why it's so powerful is this network of tens of thousands of people, as Sarah and Watson's going to be talking about in our report, are coming together to actually co-create that tech future that we want. If you want to get into why this is potentially happening, I've thought a lot about this. This is actually my entire career, right? So this is what I do. This is what a lot of us do. And if I had to actually think about why we're stuck, why we're frustrated, and why we feel powerless, really, if you read a great book called Bowling Alone, and other great books by Sherry Turkle, we've had a decades-long shift towards this hyper-individualism, right? But it's not about me or you liking content or sharing content. It's about creating the future. Right? Here at All Tech is Human, we don't just want these lone wolf thought leaders. We don't just need more content to share. We need more community to join in. Here at All Tech is Human, we're not trying to sell books. We're trying to solve problems. That is a completely different approach, but it's the approach that we need, and it's the approach that we're committed to doing. Everything that Sarah is going to be talking about in this report, and the reason why we're gathered here today, and the reason why we do so many of these gatherings, is because we need everybody. We need the artists, the designers, the saints and the poets, the attorneys, the technologists, the non-technologists, the problem finders and the problem solvers. Complex problems require diverse participation and a cross-pollination of ideas. We don't just need another TED Talk. We need a community to join in, and one that is attached to all these levers of power. Not about us, without us. No application without representation, right? Our tech future seems to be going in a direction, but that direction doesn't feel like it's being determined by us. Here at All Tech is Human, one of the things that we believe in, and it's actually right in the name, is that technology does not fall from the heavens, and it doesn't just naturally evolve, right? It's based on our actions, or typically, in most cases, our inaction. That's the part that has to change. By taking this action of this community, that's where we can have the collective will, the consensus, by coming together as a community, by understanding our values, our tensions, our trade-offs, and our best practices. The difference between that and your lone wolf thought leader is the lone wolf is about them. Collective action is about us. The difference is one side, the lone wolf is talking, the collective is listening. What we're designed to do at All Tech is Human is to listen. That's why we have all of our activities. That's why we want to create something to join, to understand each other, and then to actually put that into action. So really, that's the part that you're going to hear. It's about listening, and it's about understanding, and it's about collaboration. But more importantly, where that leads to is that collective action. I know I started off with the bad news, so why don't we end with some good news, right? We need some good news in life. The good news is that change in approach, that shift is happening. As you're going to see in Sarah's report that we just put out today, All Tech is Human, this community that you're part of, is tens of thousands of people across the globe that are coming together to not just be heard, but to understand, to listen, to share, to collaborate, to co-create. That is quite powerful. And frankly, we're just getting started. In the coming years, the number will soon approach hundreds of thousands. And honestly, through what we're launching with kind of independently organized gatherings across the globe, this can soon level into millions of individuals across the globe. That's the approach we need, right? Again, we don't just need another talk to agree with. We don't just need another book to read and nod our head to. We need a moment to join. We need a spot for voices to be lifted and to mix together and to co-create. So that's what we're doing today. That's what you're going to hear. And that's why I'm so glad that you're here today. So I'm ready if you're ready. Now's the time where we're going to co-create that tech future that we want, the tech future that we deserve, and the tech future that we need. So thank you, and thank you so much for being here.